The reason you're not building muscle is simply because you just don't know how to work out right. A lot of people don't want to hear this, but essentially, you guys just don't know what you're doing. So, today I want to be breaking down how you can overcome that problem and the five best splits ranked from number five being the worst to number one and crowning that as the ultimate champion. So, please stay to the end because you're going to find out the number one split that you can use in your workouts to build muscle faster, to essentially get a quicker workout in, and to make the process a lot easier. So with that being said, guys, let's get straight into this because a lot of people just don't know how to build muscle nor work out right, and it's a huge problem. So let's get right into it. So we're going to be breaking down five of the best workout splits, and of course, ranking from number five being the worst to number one being the best, and the one you guys have to choose and really implement and double down on. So let's talk about number five being the bro split. The bro split is probably ranked the worst workout for essentially certain criteria. So when we're talking about the bro split, yes, the bro split is really good because it has hyper focus on each muscle. You could really get the full exertion of the muscle. But the real problem that lies with the bro split is essentially you're only hitting one muscle group per day. So for example, you're probably hitting chest on Monday. Tuesday we're gonna go shoulders. Wednesday you're gonna go biceps, or you want to throw an arm day. Don't do that. And then Thursday shoulders, Friday legs, and then repeat. You're not hitting the muscle the proper amount of times per week. You're only hitting a muscle anywhere from 1 to 2 times per week. Hence, that's stimulating and slowing down your growth. But if we were able to find a way, and the last option, to do this 4 to 6 times per week, we'll be able to build muscle quicker workouts, and essentially get the results we want in a faster time frame. So that's why I really put the bro split ranked as kind of the worst tier on this list, is because essentially it's good for hyper focus. You could do really good intensity, really good volume, but you're only hitting the muscle 1 to 2 times per week, and essentially defeats the purpose of trying to get muscle in the quickest time frame, and to really get the body you want in a quicker, I guess, results, and just essentially where you want to be. So I'm still leaving the bro split number five. Next, we're gonna go on to number four. So number four, what we're at today is the full body. So the full body is a great workout because it's very time efficient for a lot of people. It's a good 3 day split that a lot of people usually do, but it essentially lacks certain options. When we talk about the full body, yes, you're going to be able to hit the entire body and you're going to hit all muscle groups. You're going to be like, what's the problem? The problem is you really can't do a high volume doing something like this. You're going to probably do a higher intensity workout that you drop the weight in, but for you to really build muscle, you need, of course, to do higher volume, and this defeats the purpose of it. It also defeats the purpose of, it's definitely a little upgrade from the bro split where you can hit more muscle groups per week, so maybe 2 to 3 times per week, but we want to be in the range from 4 to 6. So yes, the full body is great, but I think it lacks, the overall a great structure of a workout, because we really can't target the muscle groups we precisely want to grow, and essentially we can't lift the volume we want to essentially build the muscle we want to in that time frame. So again, guys, I'm still leaving this full body one ranked towards the end of the spectrum, but I just think the cons outweigh the pros in this. But I do think it's really helpful if people don't have a lot of time during the week, and it's a more time efficient workout for a lot of people with their jobs and just their life and everything. But I think it's a good way to look at working out as a small interval in your longevity of your fitness career, but not the entire duration. I think the last two that I'm actually going to break down should be the bread and butter and how you're going about doing your workouts. So now what I want to move on to is the next one. So now we're going to talk about upper and lower, ranked number three. So upper and lower is great. It's definitely an upgrade from the first two I said, the bro split and the full body. But the problem with the upper and lower is, of course, you guys are thinking like upper. So you have your chest, your shoulders, triceps and arms, back, and then of course on the lower you have your leg day. I think I missed one, but whatever. You get the point. That's a lot of muscle groups per one day working out. So this is kind of the cons of not really like aligning with the upper and lower. Usually this is a 4 day split, so 2 and 2. But I just think it's a little tough. So like maybe you're gonna have to throw a muscle group on your leg day, and it's kind of hard. The reason why it's hard to throw an extra muscle group on the leg day is because when you're doing legs, you're going to be tired. It's just, that's just how it is. You're going to be extremely tired. And it's extremely important that you go to full exertion on the legs, because if anyone knows, like if you're doing a leg day properly, you're just gonna be drained. Essentially, it's just how it is. And you have to find a way to of course, if you're doing this workout, you're gonna have to find a way to do 5 workouts in one, or 5 body parts, muscle groups, whatever you guys want to call it, and legs on one. So this is kind of the drawbacks of the upper and lower. And yet again, it is a better way, of course, to increase the amount of muscles you can hit per week by adding compound lifts. But I still find this difficult. And yes, I think it's a good 4 day split, 2 and 2. But I think these last two options will really, seal the deal, and why we're going to choose these over the other three that I just mentioned. So now I want to talk about the last two. So now we're at number two, which is the Arnold split. So if anyone knows, the Arnold split, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger, the icon of the fitness industry. But Arnold kind of sees it a different way. He does 3 workouts. So say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the same workout twice, 6 days a week. So you're going to be doing the 3, 1, 2, 3, the same time twice. So hence our 6 times. And it's definitely a better way of going at it. It allows us to hit more muscle groups. We can actually increase the volume and the intensity on those days because we're only hitting 2. So that checks those 2 boxes. And essentially, you could always play around with your splits. Arnold has his own muscle splits, but it's based off preference. Of course, you should always start doing workouts that complement each other. So of course, back and buys complement each other. You do chest and tries that complement each other, but it's all preference, guys. It's just different variations of doing the same thing. And of course, when you're throughout your gym journey or your fitness journey, you should always use variation because it just makes it a little more interesting, essentially. Um, so I'm a fan favorite of the Arnold. I think it's a good way to really, get some balance in your workouts, to get something new. And again, guys, Arnold does it. That means you have to do it. Essentially, I mean, this guy's like 15 Olympias. I don't even know. It's crazy some of the results he has in his physique. But I think the Arnold's a great way about going at it. It makes you really prioritize muscle hypertrophy to really get the muscle growth. And this is crucial for us to actually get where we want to be at the time frame we want to be. So definitely implement this one. I think this is, a great one. But now let's head to the winner. Let's crown the number one, as I said, is the push-pull leg split. So the push-pull leg split, if anyone's not aware, is a 3 day split. Of course, legs, pretty self-explanatory. Push, you have your chest, shoulder, triceps. So we got 3 for one day. And then the pull, back and buys. So the reason this is so good, guys, is we actually can optimize it to hit more muscle groups per week. And I'm going to give you a little bonus tip in a couple minutes. But the reason this is good is because we have a 3-2-1 day. So if we could really, of course, have the ability to do 3 muscle groups on one day, 2 on the other day, and legs on the other day, and do this twice a week, you're going to be like, it's the same thing, Alex. Like I'm hitting each muscle 2 to 3 times per week. But the caveat for this essentially is if we could compound, which is a little bonus I want to give, if you can compound overload, so if you can rely more on compound overloading, you'll essentially build muscle quicker because when you're doing more compounds, you're going to essentially hit multiple muscle groups at the same time. So, for example, when you're doing a bench press, essentially, you're going to hit your shoulder, your chest, your triceps. If you look at all the compound lists for your core muscles, those start compounding over time where you're hitting multiple muscle groups at the same time, which gets you to the 4 to 6 range. So, shoulder press, of course, you may think your shoulders, but you're also hitting your core, parts of your upper chest, and it kind of steamrolls over that. So that's kind of, keep it short. I want to make this video too long, but that's why compound overloading and doing push-pull legs is the way to go. The ability to hit multiple muscle groups at the same time and to increase the range from 3 to 4 times per week. So again, guys, I don't make this video too long, but that's the reason why this is the winner. If you thought this video was helpful, as always, guys, give me a thumbs up. Click that subscribe button if you haven't already. And I appreciate you watching another video on the channel. And we'll go ahead and see you in the next one. Cheers.